Wait for the music.
Hey there. Hi, Gail. Hi, alternative venues for jazz.
Hello, everybody.
My name is Jeanna Mammina.
And I'm Rolf Sturm.
Rolf Sturm?
Jeanna Mammina.
What's happening, brother?
You are.
Look at us.
We're in the green room of Dizzy's at Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Right now. You want to see?
Oh,
Shall I
get too dizzy.
spin? We got to get a little dizzy at Dizzy's.
All right.
Here we are. Hello, New York City. Yes, we are here. We and I knew that would kind of happen. So give me a sec. Wait, do I go like that?
The other way.
I go this way. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
So, wow, we kind of didn't do anything for almost 2+ years,
COVID.
and then we got a gig in New Orleans during Jazz Fest.
Yep.
Quite a few of them, and then our next gig was right here.
Yeah.
Jazz at Lincoln Center.
Yep. So we're super happy to be here. And we're playing 2 sets tonight, one at 7:30 and one at 9:30. We've got a bunch of folks coming the first set and a good number of people also coming to the second set, so we're pretty happy about that. And we have a couple of special guests.
John Isley,
On saxophone,
Mike Clark,
on drums.
and who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
The shadow
I have no
knows.
idea. I have actually no idea what's going to happen. I'm kind of nervous, can you tell? Are you nervous?
Not yet.
They're cooking right behind us. There's a kitchen over there, even though it sounds like it's from. So I have a question for you that I don't think I've ever asked this question.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
When did you get your first guitar?
Ooh. Well, when I was little, I dabbled in a lot of different things, and so guitar. I think I tried guitar out when I was maybe 9 or something like that. But it was this steel string guitar, small, and it was just really hard to press the strings down. And I had a hard time with it. So after about a year and a half, I went on to flute and went on to other things, and I didn't really. Then I plunked it. When I got to high school, well, actually, I guess junior high school, there was I got picked up an electric guitar, and then I thought, well, okay, I can still play my G, C, D chord, and I was happy. But of course, you've been singing since pretty much you were in swaddling clothes, right?
Yeah, my mom says I was cooing to Nat King Cole, and then it just. My mom her and her sisters had an Andrews Sisters type thing.
Oh, wow.
And then my dad had an accordion and an organ, so there was always music around. But my brother Nino was the vocalist in the family, and he was taking lessons. He was taking lessons at the age of 12, and then ended up going to Interlochen.
Wow.
And so I sort of followed. We all did. My sister Lisa played guitar, my brother Mitch, and we were the musicians at church.
Oh, nice.
So the 4 of us would be up during the mass. My dad was the lecturer. My cousins were the altar boys, and the only person not related was the priest.
Wow, that's great.
And Grace would bring the gifts up. My mom would, Dad,
That's
not a papa.
52 gigs a year from when you were a kid.
Guaranteed.
Not so bad.
Guaranteed. Every Saturday night.
All right.
And then I'd go roller skating, and Nino would go to his gigs, and Lisa would go. I don't know. She was a mysterious one. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Mama Grace. Hi, Katie. Lily and Pearl. I'm missing my girl. But, we're in New York City. She's been here once. So your brother plays bass. I think your brother's been on this show.
It's quite possible. Hans Sturm, and he's out in Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska. He's an amazing bass player, and he's married to an amazing singer, Jackie Allen. And the two of them have played a lot of duos, the art of the duo, and they've also played with orchestras, and they've toured all over the world. They're just amazing musicians, and it's marvelous to watch them.
That sounds like us.
Wow. Yeah.
The Art of the Duo. I did that record with Andre. You and I have done some workshops, The Art of the Duo. We've played with some symphony orchestras, and we've toured around the world.
Maybe we're all the same people.
I think.
No, that can't
There's
be right.
Just one.
No.
There's one Rolf, there's one Hans, there's
Right.
one Jackie, there's one Jeanna.
Right. And I'm looking forward to seeing them a little later in the summer.
Are you going there? Are they coming here?
They're coming here.
Oh, cool.
Coming to New York.
Are they playing?
I don't
Plug in
think
the
so.
gig for you.
I don't think they are playing. Well, we'll probably play at the house.
So the house. So where do you live?
In beautiful Kerhonkson, New York, which is about an hour and a half north of Manhattan and a half an hour west of Manhattan.
By the Schwalbe Turnpike.
Right.
I just like to
Yeah,
say
you
that
take
part.
you take the New York Turnpike up to New Paltz, turn left, and go about a half an hour. And where do you live?
I live here a lot. I live online a lot. I live in California, in a little town called Lakeport, California. It's kind of Mendocino County-ish, but it's not. It's Lakeport. You've been there. You've been to the house and to the area, and it's a big kind of a ranchy. My sisters are into horses, and so we do that a lot. And then I spend time in Michigan, and then I'm on the road. So I've been on the road right now for 6 weeks.
Hot damn.
Michigan, California, Chicago, New Orleans, back to California, New York.
Right, you can tell it's New York because we're hearing all the honking horns. We're here at Columbus Circle, so we can.
Right here. So I was thinking about something.
Yes.
Gail, if it's okay, do you want to do a tune? Can we do a tune?
Yeah, we can do it.
All right, let's try it. And magically, like the art of television, the magic of television, he has his guitar right there.
I'll face this way.
We didn't know if we were going to do it or not.
Okay.
And I don't know who's here because I can't see the writing.
Oh, if you press something, we might disappear.
I'm afraid to look and see if
Well, let's jump.
I can't see if anyone's here. But if nobody's here, maybe you'll watch it later. And thank you for watching it. Because if there are people saying stuff, I'm missing every single thing. Is there somewhere that I can be looking? Gail.
Oh, and if you're in New York, we go on at 7:30 here, so you can definitely come on down and check us out.
Want to see Jeanna and Rolf tonight? Oh, 2 pairs of tickets. Yeah, for the 9:30 set.
Yeah. Free.
And maybe we make it a little trickier. We're going to do a tune, see if you know who wrote it.
Oh, let's see if I know. See if I can do it.
I'll tell you again. Close the shop, let's take a drive. Take a trip from 9 to 5. It's so great to be alive, oh yeah. We can stroll the mezzanine, buy some dirty magazines, laugh behind them while we're eating ice cream. Strolling, we could have fun just strolling, rocking, rolling, oh yeah. Let's forget about the time. Let's relax and ease our mind. We deserve to just feel fine, oh yeah. We could rent some roller skates. We could skate around the lake. If we don't know how, we'll fake it, oh yeah. Strolling, we could have fun just strolling, rocking, rolling, oh yeah. Seen a man with a brown guitar. Maybe one day he'll be a star. Give him your eyes, There's so much hate going around. Whoa, hard to not let it get you down. Least we can do is make a joyful sound. Strolling, strolling. We could have fun just strolling. Rocking, rolling. Oh yeah. Strolling, 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 strolling. We could have fun just strolling. Rocking, rolling. Oh yeah. Close the shop, let's take a drive. Take a trip from 9 to 5. It's so great to be alive. Oh yeah. Cool. Hey, do you have your phone with you? Because I think if you go to alternative venues for jazz, then you could see, because I can't get online here.
Okay. I'll
But
try. I'll see.
ladies and gentlemen,
Hey.
walking in the door, come over here for a sec, right between, right? You don't have to leave. Mike Clark,
Mr. Mike Clark in the flesh.
in the flesh, in a suit,
Woohoo!
styling. Look
Look
at
at
us.
that.
Look at us. We knew.
What's going on?
Oh man, I gotta
Have you
get with
been
it.
on alternative venues for jazz? Gail Boyd's show?
Oh, yeah, of
Well,
course I have.
you're on it again,
Hey,
right?
what's up? Yay. I like my mask. It's pretty stylish.
It is stylish.
Super styling. Mine's
Of
styling.
those, I think the bag of cymbals on the stage are the ones I can use.
Yes.
I'm gonna do something.
Do that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And
Sounds good.
the sound man's name is James, not Jeremiah.
Or Jamie. Either one.
Jamie. We like. So if you go to Facebook and you go to
Oh, on Facebook. Hang on.
right,
I was gonna go to alternative.
let's see, because there might be a question. Oh, I have a question. Does anyone know who wrote that song? I'm curious. And if you go to StreamYard, that might be another way, but I know that it's on Facebook right now too.
Okay.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Did somebody say the name? Alternative venues for jazz in the magnifying glass. You guys, we're playing jazz at Lincoln Center tonight. Like a year ago, I was playing nowhere. On the porch concerts in California, Pop-Up Pelts Porch Productions. Had a blast doing that. We did a lot, so yeah, hit that. And then scroll. And we're not there. Oh yeah, okay. So look at the comments.
Oh, comments. 2 comments.
2 comments. Maybe they're both from Gail.
There. Cancel. Go back. Hello, Dizzy. 2 comments.
We can't see the comments.
No.
Well,
Okay.
for those, all of you that are wondering, is that Lou Lanza? Hey, Lou. Lou Lanza. Hi. Prince. Prince wrote that song.
Yeah.
That's true. He did. He really, really did. But you have a phone there so you know what time it is, because does anybody really know?
5:19.
Check it out. We have 11 minutes. What does that make you think of? 11 with Jeanna. Happens 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week at 11:11 a.m. Eastern Time and 11:11 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I'm in California, that means I'm getting up at 7:45, so I can get there by 8:11. If I'm on Maui, I just would
You're
stay
lucky.
up all night. No, I'd have to. Well, I'm lucky, but it's 5:11 a.m.
I bet you the sky's beautiful.
Yeah, but I'd rather. I'm one of those that I would just stay up
Oh, right.
versus,
Yeah, and then crash afterwards.
right, and then
Gotcha.
get up again.
Yeah.
To do it again. So Mike Clark, John Isley, Rolf Sturm, and I. Where did we meet?
You and me,
And John.
we met. Oh gosh, was it 1995 maybe? It was a rehearsal for the rock orchestra that we played in together, which your brother also sang in. It was after you guys had done something on the West Coast with the same, well, with a West Coast version of yours,
Okay.
right? And it was a celebration for the Grateful Dead's Blues for Allah project.
25 years.
Yeah.
20th year.
So that should date it if anyone knows when that album came out. But yeah. And then after doing that, it was a big success. And so when I guess you were brought back to New York City to go ahead and join the band on the East Coast to then tour all this Grateful Dead music, and as well as we did a little bit of Led Zeppelin, a little bit of Beatles, and some other things, but mostly Grateful Dead stuff.
And that's when I first started staying with Abby.
With Abby Lincoln. Right.
And I walked by her place. I always walk up to the building that she lived in, and I touch the building, I kiss the building, I bow, and then I go sing.
Yeah.
Good for Abby.
Reverence.
So John Isley was also on that gig, and the
Yes.
three of us have not been on stage. We did a gig together in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, he sat in with us. So,
4 years ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And now we're having a reunion on tour on the stage at Jazz at Lincoln Center. Dizzy's.
Yeah, and of course,
Tonight.
John's been super busy. He's been touring a lot with Southside Johnny and Asbury Jukes for a number of
That's where I
years.
saw him last in New Orleans, just last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And he's also been playing on Broadway. With a lot of different shows.
And Mike Clark.
And now Mark Clark. Mike Clark, of course, was one of the original Headhunters with Herbie Hancock. And so it's a real joy to have him on stage and to get to play with him tonight. And he made such a great entrance.
Any recordings of those? Recordings? Do we have any recordings? We have 2 records. Oh, of the first band that we were in? Yeah, there's a couple of records out, and there's a lot of live stuff out that people recorded, a lot of taping, because it was a Grateful Dead inspired thing, so there were tapers in the audience. So definitely.
And it was Illuminati,
Mhm.
if you're going to look it up. Although it's not the secret society, which was, I guess, purported to be a secret society.
We had our own secrets, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, the stage.
But it was a
30 people on a bus. 3 women, the rest all men.
I think it was more like 20 people, but it seemed like no.
There were times.
There were some hangers-on, and there were also some people like security folks and some other bus driver and all that kind of stuff. So it added up. But
26. But sometimes it just felt like 30 because
it's a small space to be in for a long time.
it was fun. And that's where we met. And one night, that's the story. Okay, go ahead. You can tell.
Well, I mean, for that band, I wasn't playing acoustic. I was playing electric guitar, a Steinberger, which is one of those little headless guitars. And it was pretty late at night. But when you don't plug in an electric guitar, it makes hardly any noise at all, any volume.
And there's all these people on stage, and you can't really hear who's playing what anyway, kind of, except for what's right next to you.
But this was on the bus, and after a gig, a late night drive, and I was sitting in the back of the bus, just plunking some jazz, going through a jazz tune, just to kind of clear my head, think about something different. And Jeanna was, I guess you were walking the aisle, so we weren't sitting the whole time, and came back and said, "Are you playing jazz?" And I thought, "Oh, am I
You're
busted?"
playing Beautiful Love or something.
I can't remember
Some
what it was.
beautiful too. I'm like, that's Beautiful Love. I don't know what song it was, but
But she said,
I knew the tune.
Yeah,
It's a standard.
and Jenna said, "You play jazz?" I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to, when I get a chance to." And she said, "Well, I love to sing jazz." And so we thought, well, we should get together and play sometime. We should play some jazz tunes sometime. But of course, when you're on tour, there is no time. I mean, it's just in the bus, and if you're lucky enough to get a hotel, you're in there for a few hours, get back on the bus, and can drive to the next venue and do sound check and load in and all that stuff. Play a 4-hour gig because they were long gigs, and then tear down, load up the bus, the equipment truck, and then drive through the night to get to the next gig. So there was not a lot of time. But we said, someday we should get together and do some playing, some jazz tunes.
And then about 17 or 18 years later, we met and had tea. And he said, "So what have you been doing?" And I said, "This." And I put my stack of CDs up. And I said, "What have you done?" And he goes, "This." And he put his stack of CDs up. and he was going to Europe a lot, and I toured this country and Mexico and a little bit of Europe, and that's what I wanted to do. I just want to play in Europe because I just want to play here. I go, well, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was you were in town for a music convention.
For Jazz Connect.
Jazz Connect, and so it's just in between, like. Can you see me?
Somebody called me on my phone. Sorry.
So yeah, so we yeah.
Come on in, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Good.
The drums still work out there.
So that's what we
They
did.
work.
We decided to make a
Excellent.
record. We decided to make a quick record, and we did, and then we made another one, and we toured, and I've known this guy for
Many moons,
Long
several
time.
moons.
many
It's like 3
lifetimes.
months.
I think lifetimes.
Yeah, a couple, two,
Couple
3.
months, yeah.
Definite lifetimes. I have his
Yeah.
mom's sewing machine.
Wow.
She does.
I do.
Yeah, one of those old singer, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And I love, this color.
Yeah, well, you said blue, so I went right to my closet and
No,
I blew
check
it out.
that out,
You know,
you
I
totally blew it out.
Blue on.
Totally blew it out. Is that all sounding good out there? Is it cool?
I'm cool, yeah.
Gotta make the drummer happy.
Who's playing saxophone?
John Isley.
Okay.
Yeah. Plays with Southside Johnny, and he also does a lot of Broadway stuff.
So no bass, just us chickens.
Yeah.
No bass, okay.
No bass. No bass like show bass.
Okay.
What are you up to next, Mike? What do you got going on?
As in me?
Yeah.
I'm heading to the Bay Area on the 7th of June, and I'm gonna play the Black Cat. And then I'm
Cool.
gonna play the Sack Yard in Sacramento. And then I'm gonna play Andrew Space in Burlingame. That's so the Black Cat is on the 8th, the one in Sacramento the 9th, the 10th, and then the 11th to the 15th, there's a man out there named Greg Howe who has a record label, and I'm doing my record.
All right.
Do you have a name for it?
In Berkeley, in June.
Nice.
And then I come home and there's nothing on the books for the rest of my natural years.
I said,
Tumbleweeds.
Which means I can catch up on all my series on TV. I got Wash, Shining Girls. I got a lot of stuff I got to watch. Very serious.
I
Yeah.
gotta get a list.
I said if this is the last gig I do,
Yes.
if this is it, if Jazz at Lincoln Center Dizzy's is the last gig that I do, I'm
Yeah.
cool with that.
Not so bad,
Not so sure.
but hopefully there'll be many more.
We're hoping. We're working on it.
I'm going to go and start some coffee. You
Coffee.
guys excuse me because I have PTSD from the ride getting here. Trust me.
We'll hear about it. We'll hear about it.
Yeah.
2 minutes left. 2 minutes. Thank you, Mike. Mike Clark, everybody. Just hanging.
It'll be good.
Just hanging.
Fantastic. This will be a lot of fun.
I'm excited. Thank you, Gail, for having
Yeah,
us.
Gail Boyd, thank you so very much for having us on.
And the last time in this space is for the conference in January, and that hasn't happened. And we're so used to being in the same. Like I walked in and went, "This is where I talked to Gail and Michelle, and this is the room where we do this and this." And there's, you're always hugging and loving and seeing everybody. And
now we're all masking and bumping and
thanks, Rolf.
thank you.
Thank you, Gail. Really,
Thanks
thank
so
you so
much, Gail.
much. And come back on to 11:11 with Jeanna, Gail, and let's hang out. Let's hang. Like hang. You know what I'm saying?